I'm just going to wait a little bit for the asparagus to soak up a little bit more water. They have only been there for like an hour and a half. I just want to make sure that they get plenty of moisture before I put them in their holes for their permanent homes. I am going to have a total of 14 plants, 7 of Jersey Night, that's the one that is called, and 7 of Millennium. And I think that for us, for our family, it's just going to be plenty. It was hard making that decision to give that almost whole bed of space to asparagus. But honestly, not planting asparagus years ago has been one of my biggest regrets as far as the garden goes, because they take so long to mature, to develop in order for you to harvest. I am not going to be able to harvest next year until the second year. And these are 1-year-old crowns. They're pretty nice, pretty big, but they have to establish before you can actually harvest anything. So talk about being patient, waiting for something to be ready to harvest. But anyway, I wanted to give you a final update with this winter sowing, because I'm ready to move these guys out of here. I'm done looking at them. I show you a couple of videos about how I put this together in an update. Last year I had great results doing these bin in smaller containers inside the bins. Basically, these are just like a greenhouse type of thing for the seedlings, for the seeds that are there. But this year has been so warm. My winter, while it was really harsh there around Christmas and New Year time, when I took these guys outside, which was in February, when I took them out here, the weather started being a little bit too warm. 2 problems there. One, they didn't go through the really deep cold that the seeds need in order to get cold stratification, to get ready for, you know, the weather to signal once spring comes that they are ready to start germinating. It has been just too warm. And looking back, these containers haven't seen the snow since I put them here. We haven't had snow since February. So that's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is that because it has been really warm, these containers dry out really quick. So I have been here almost 3-4 times a week just watering, because the containers are so small that they dry out really quickly. And because it has been really warm, obviously, you know, they just dry it out. Not being cold enough and being really warm for the containers to dry it out were not the best circumstances for the seeds to germinate. I have a couple, honestly, I have a ridiculously amount of germination there, but it's okay. Like I mentioned, when I put these containers together, I am not relying on this method, on the winter sowing method, to grow my seeds. Thankfully, I have a bunch of these seeds already inside growing, so I'm not worried. This is fun to do, to see if they take. but I'm not relying on this. And I am really sorry for the people that do rely on winter sowing for growing all of their seedlings, their plants, because at least in my area, the winter has been really, really warm. And that's why when I made the tour video, to show you my tulips and the things that are looking amazing, a lot of you had comments of, how come you already have tulips? How come like your greens look amazing? Like, it's really, really nice. And I think it's because we have like the early warm weather. Everything just kind of push out and it's ready. And as it happens, we start with like a lovely, lovely April here in Indiana, nice and warm. We were really getting close to the 80s. But now this week, towards the end of April, we're getting in the lows at night, really, really cold. I don't have anything outside that needs to be protected. I don't have any tomatoes or peppers. None of my warm loving stuff is outplanted just quite yet. So this week is just basically going to be me trying to hardening off some things. We still have really, really cold temperatures at night. We deep down into the mid 30s. So I am not leaving anything outside just yet overnight. Let me show you the winter sowing, the few things that I have anyway. This is the first bin, and like I said, it's very, very sad that I don't really have much going on here. I mean, not bad. So I'm probably going to take everything that has been germinated here and then just keep them outside, period. The second bin has, I think I have a couple of Cosmos, probably. Yes, cranberry double Cosmos. They're not bad, like I said. It's just that's about it. Scaviosa. Looks like we'll have some Scaviosa. So like I said, I try, and honestly, I am not surprised, and I am not heartbroken. It was a failure. It happens every time in the garden. There's always something that goes wrong. Last year I had great results. This year, not so much. It is what it is. Okay, I am not going to show you every single hole how I plant with asparagus, but I'm going to show you a couple so you kind of have an idea. I make a very, very deep hole, about, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 inches. It's really, really deep. And I added a little bit of bone meal. So I'm going to take my lovely asparagus and I'm going to try to spread the roots around very carefully because I can easily break these guys. Something like that. And because I know that the top few inches of the soil is very, very rich because I top this with my soil that I order, just going to make sure that it's nice and covered. And if you're wondering, I am not going to mix the two varieties. I'm just going to have Millennium towards the back of the bed, and in the middle of the bed I'm going to add Jersey Night. The same thing over here. All right, so now that I am done with all of the asparagus, all 14 of them, I am going to give him a bunch of water, and I am going to think about what kind of mulch I wanna cover this with, because I know that the weeds will just pop up everywhere. And wish me luck, you guys. I think that this is going to be a good start for asparagus, and hopefully here in 2025, if I'm still alive and if I'm still around, then I'll be able to show you what a lovely harvest we get. Thank you for being here, you guys, and until the next time.